welcome to episode 23 of the Yarnniffler podcast. My name is Sam. I'm a knitter from Belgium. I'm a student from Belgium who loves to knit and crochet while I'm not studying and sometimes when I'm studying. Hi, welcome back if you're a returning viewer, and if this is your first time, hi. I will talk about all my knitting and crocheting from the last 2 weeks and what I'm planning to make and an acquisition that I got in the mail yesterday. Okay, you can find all the information and show notes in the description box down below about all the things I talk about. If something is not clear, please let me know. Just message me or put a comment down below and I'll try to help you. Then this here is so I'm at home. I'm not in my student apartment, my student room, more like it. This is our little dog Scar. Yes, there she is. So she is at the moment probably will be sleeping next to me, but she'll probably try to get out or you'll hear her barking or something. So this is her. And then you can find me on Instagram as Sam Wyffels, and you can find me on Ravelry as Yarnniffler. And if there is anything unclear, please ask me and I'll try to help you out. Okay, hopefully you've been good. Settle in. I have 2 FOs, 2 whips, and a couple of ideas, future knitting. I did some swatching. I also have an acquisition that I was waiting for, and the train is passing by, but I don't think it's that annoying, so I'll just keep going. Yeah, a lot of other noises here, but let's get into it. My first finished objects are these socks. These are, I named them Tall Socks number 4. You'll find everything on my Ravelry page. This is an opal, but it's an unknown opal color. I bought it in the store next to some other opal balls, so I knew it was opal, but the label was damaged or something and it wasn't around the ball. But yeah, so I know it's an opal, but I don't have any idea what it is. I've been down an opal rabbit hole before trying to find it, and now I just this was the last bit I had. I'll knit it up. It's just called opal on Ravelry, and for the rest I don't know the color. The toes, heels and cuffs are Schuller & Stahl Fortissima in the color 2056. This grey I used for my tan line joggers, so I had a bit left over and I still have some, so I can use it for a bit of if I have not enough yarn to make a whole sock. So these ones are in between medium and tall, so I call them just tall socks to be easy, because if I have shorty socks, medium socks and tall socks, I just chose let's go for tall socks for these ones because they are tall enough for me. I knit them toe up using 56 stitches, just my vanilla recipe, and I'm trying out. I told you normally I do extra gusset stitches, but now I find I don't need those extra gusset stitches. I just have to do enough rows before the gusset increases. So if you can see here, the gusset increases start. So now I did 42 rows and I'm trying different amounts out between 40 and 45. Because I think these yarns are maybe a little bit not that plump as an hand-dyed merino sock yarn or something, like an 85-15 with merino nylon. So I'm trying out different combinations, but they all fit. They fit better than some of my other socks, so I think I just don't need extra gusset stitches. I just need a long enough foot. So these ones are finished. Let me put them here. And then something else I finished that I told you about that I hoped I would be finished and is finished is this. Oh, let me untie the knot. This is Argyle. It's a summer top. Let me show you. So this is the front, and then you have these 2 loose pieces, and then the back is just all plain stripe, and in the front you have the difference, stripes going vertically and going horizontally. So what can I tell you about this? This is a pattern by Claire Lakewood. I knit it in size 5. I used 3.5mm needles. I used Holst Garn Coast, so that's, I think it's 55%. Oh, but I have some other here. Let me tell you the exact thing. So yes, 55% lamb's wool and 45% cotton. So that's that. I held it double to get like a fingering sport weight yarn. The colors, this red color is Bourgogne, and the little stripes is like, it's in between a beige and like a more, say, like my skin tone kind of color, and this is called Tawny Owl. If you like, I calculated how many meters and grams I use, so if you want to know exactly for both of the colors how much I use, you can go on my reference page, it's there, but roughly it was around 5 balls, just like 1 ball and a little bit of for the little stripes, and then like 3 balls and almost a complete 4th ball for the red color. What did I do? I modified one thing, and that was here, I think. Yeah, so what I did is this line here, you can see it on the inside maybe better here. Yeah, I don't know, you can't really see it. This was my cast on edge. So you cast it on, you knit it completely until here, and then you go from this way and that way, and you pick it up. It's modularly knit, but it was too short for me. Like on a very high-waisted skirt or something, that was perfect, but I want to wear it even with a little bit of a more low-rise jean or something in summer. So I went for I lengthened it. What I did is I did 5 extra repeats of like this stripe, like a bigger stripe and a smaller stripe. So from here on, yes, so this is what I did extra. And then for the last stripe I did a little, just, it's a bit of ribbing, but it's a false rib or a half rib, where I don't, like on one row you knit and purl, but the other row you what did I do? Excuse me, I'm a little bit sick, so if I have to pause because of sneezing and coughing, I'll try to cut it out or something. What am I trying to say? Yes, I did. So on the right side rows I knitted completely, and on the wrong side rows I knit and purled. So it was just like not a completely rib, but just has a little bit enough to just prevent from curling. And then, as you maybe can see, like, so this is where I did the extra bit, and then you increase. So so it is 5 stripes longer, and also like here I picked up more stitches to like accommodate for those 5 stripes. The bits here to tie the knots are the same length, so I just Kitchener together, 3 needle bind off together more stitches than called for in the pattern, enough for those 5 extra repeats. And then I think that's it. When I first like tried it on, it was really like pulling down. I thought it was, oh my god, a little bit maybe too deep. But now that I went around the armholes and the neck, with just like a little bit, it gives it a lot more structure. And I bound off with just, normally I bind off with like knitting the second one, knitting 2 together, knitting 2 together. But here I just like slipped one, like knit one, slip the first stitch over it, knit one, slip over it, and that gives a little bit of a bit of a tighter edge. But the armholes are definitely deep enough, so I just didn't want them to keep on growing. So yes, this is completely done. I'm very happy with it. It was a fast knit, it was an interesting knit, and it's ready to go in my wardrobe for the summer days. It's a very cloudy, overcast day with like raining and stopping rain and raining again, but the 3 days before that, so it's Thursday today, the 6th of December, the 6th of April, and in like from Monday through Wednesday it was very sunny. It was still cold, but like if you were somewhere where there was no wind, or you were just sitting in the sun, it was almost too hot. I sat in the sun yesterday talking to a friend, and I almost got a sunburn. So yes, it was very lovely weather. So it's like, oh, I'm feeling the itch to wear my summer knits, but it's like not summery enough. So those were my two Wyffels. Then the two whips I will be talking about today, one you have seen and one you haven't seen. The first one is Rivaux by Josie Paquin. This is also like a summer shirt more. And I'll try to not lose my needles. This was also from a pop-up magazine, and I don't think it's from the same one, but if you search them on Ravelry, I think now you can buy the pattern separately, but also like I would highly recommend just going through these pom-pom magazines, because I really love, sometimes I love 2 or 3 designs in them, and then it's just better to buy the magazine because you pay less for all those patterns and you would pay for them all separately. Okay, then let's see. So this is the back, and I have made, what did I do? So I was on the 3rd stripe, so where you see this stitch marker is where I was when I showed you last. So I finished that stripe and made 3 more stripes, and I just started the 4th stripe. So yes, I am just slowly making progress on it because I have to keep my attention, because like we were watching how do you call it in English, like bike racing in Belgium. It's pretty big, with like people from all over the world, and then they bike for like 5 or 6 hours, and then like maybe the last 60-70 kilometers, so like 1 to 2 hours, we like watching it because we like the scenery. And sometimes they, like 2 weeks ago or almost 3 weeks ago, it was like where I am living, and then now it was somewhere else. But it's a sport that's a bit weird, but it's interesting to watch. And then, oh, that one is trying to win, and then they're sprinting. So yes, and I was knitting it, and then every time I was like, because this is in Tarja, so it was like, stay conscious about switching your yarns when you get to the next bit, because it's like 3 different colors on one stripe, or like 3 different colors per row. But yeah, I had sometimes like I was already like in the 3rd color and I was still knitting with the 1st one. So yes, not the easiest like mindless knit, but if we're watching a TV program where I'm like not constantly watching the screen, then it's pretty much okay. This one I am knitting size 5 as well. This is also on 3.5mm needles and also in Holskos. This one has been planned for over 2 years, almost 3 years, but it just didn't get to it. So now I was just cast it on, because I think this will be more of a long-term one, because you have to have all your yarns with you, and you have to like every couple of rows you have to switch because it's time for another color and stuff. So yes, I have 5 colors. Normally this design is made for like 3 colors, or for, you can obviously use scraps, and I chose these 5 colors. And I don't know, so this is Holskos held double as well. So then we have the color Tweed. This one is Kingfisher, so this is more blue. Then we have a more tealy one. Yes, this is teal, so this is like the bluest blue of them all. You see them next to each other. Whoa, they're falling down. So if you look in the swatch, this one is teal. Let me see. This one is Tweed. This is Kingfisher. I think this is River, or is this Let? No, River is this like bluey gray one. If you like see it next to these ones, you would say it's gray, but it's definitely some kind of blue. And then this top, this is definitely gray, is Let, right? Yes, Let. So those 5, and I'm just like most of the time I just have them like in my lap and I'm switching them to knit and Tarja, but it's nice. I'm also trying to do it like maybe say like an hour at night, just a couple of rows, and trying to get into the rhythm and not just putting it down after 5 minutes, because then everything gets tangled. I definitely have to like finish a whole row. That's easier to do than something else. Okay, and this is in my Stephen and Penelope bucket that I got with my MCAL from 2 years ago, from 2021, with in the kit. Yes. And then my other yes, the pattern is sticking out. The other whip I have is in this bag by Knitting Unicorns that I got in a kit from Homespun House, and I am making an amigurumi leopard. This is it. So this is the Dutch pattern, but there is also an English one, and I think it's also in German. This is called Leopard Luke, made by Roseanne Briggerman, and she is called like on Etsy, this is knuffel, but like normally there would be an E here, and knuffel means like stuffed animal in Dutch, and I think maybe also in German, I'm not completely sure. So what I am doing is I'm on the body. So I started this, oh, it looks very good on camera. So this is for one of my cousins who is like celebrating something because she's 6-7 years old, and I asked her mom, and this should be her favorite animal, so we're making this because yeah, we'll see, but even then I think it's very cool. So I am using tapestry crochet in this. So I have, so all these spots you have in the back, let me try to show you but not show you. You have like this whole diagram per row, where the spots are and stuff. Like they look random, but they are not completely random. So this is cotton, this is tapestry crochet. So what you do, like you say, I am working with yellow at the moment, but I have my 3 colors here, my yellow, my black and my brown, just because I can then pick whichever color I need for the next spot to make. I am using a 2.5mm needle. So normally I use a little bit of a bigger one, but it should be like, this is the, like not the exact same yarn that was specified, but it's also a cotton for these kind of things that I've worked with before, that's readily available here in Belgium. And this will be, if it sits down, should be around 24-25 centimeters. So that's this big. And as you can see, like I just started decreasing for the body. So let's see, I think here, this spot is this spot you see here above his leg. So yes, I have a lot more to go, and these rows take longer. Normally I'm like, yes, this goes fast because it's just one color, but it's interesting, it keeps me engaged. And the only thing is that I have to, after like 3 or 4 rows, I have to like untangle the yarn because I am halfway through a row, and this is what happens. So the yarn I am using is, this one is Schachenmeier Catania. So this is an 100% cotton. That's, yeah, that's mercerized, so it's 50 grams, 150, 25 meters. And I have 4 colors, so you have seen 3 in the, and I also have like this beige white, it's called natural, so this is color 105, then the black is 110, the yellow is 208, and this brown, like, it looks maybe a bit more orange on screen, but it definitely is a brown if I look in lighting, and this brown is 426. So this is one, and I'm just doing a couple of rows like at the evenings. We'll see, I think starting with the body, following the pattern is probably the smartest because this is the biggest piece, and then the other pieces will go faster definitely, because like if you look here, so the leg has just first some simple white bit, so that will go pretty fast. And then I have the ears as well, so I like doing these ones because they are little stuff, and also like doing this in crochet better than in knitting because you just only have like this one stitch that's alive, and I think it's a little bit firmer to stand up as well in crochet, because you can see like this is almost like a ball that's standing on its own. So yes. So I have to finish this before the 30th of April. We're now the 6th, so I'm just going to be, this will probably be my main whip when I have like time to really spend on it, because even like for 5 minutes is also not the best knitting project, because you have all the yarns get tangled and stuff. Like you need to sit down, you need to have your pattern and your diagram with when the spots need to be and stuff, but it's very nice. Let me put it back in here. Yeah, normally I put it in like a separate binder, a little, like a small, or in more in like a leaflet, not a binder, in a leaflet, and like my project bag is closed, but now I'm just here at home for 2 weeks, so it's just easy to sit like this and come with me. Also have like a pencil with it, so I can mark which rows I'm on. Yes. Okay, that's everything for whips. So I only have 2 whips. I finished the other ones. But I want to cast some on, because like the amigurumi needs to get done, but I don't always want to work on it because I really have to look at it. So like if I'm watching podcasts, that's completely fine. I can look at it. If somebody says like me, oh look at this, I can look at it, or I'm gonna show something now. But if I'm like watching a TV show or something that's that has subtitles, I can work with it. So I want something else, and I can work on my the stripy top, like on my Revo. But the problem then is that I can also switch it up, and I want something new and stuff, so I am really eager to cast on. So 2 days ago I did some swatching. First off for Susu. So this is like my future knitting, which I'll probably be casting on. Susu is a pattern by Nora Gon. Let me put in a picture here. So it's pretty oversized. I have shown it to you before in an earlier episode, and then I showed you this swatch, and I also made this swatch. So yeah, there is not a lot of difference in them. They're just been, this was made on a 3.5 millimeter needle, and this one is made on a 3.25 millimeter needle. Also what I did is this part I knit continental, and this part I knit English like I'm used to, and I think I will go for like this stitch, because this gives me I get gauge with this, and also I'm more used to it. Like this one is looser because I'm not so used to knitting continental, but it's a double moss stitch, so it's a lot of 1x1 ribbing, and I thought let me just try if continental works better, but I'm not so good at it, so I thought maybe it's better just to stick to my thing. So it's pretty oversized. I'll probably will be going for the first size, just because I've heard from other people that were more my size went for the second size and it was too big. So I'm also definitely don't want to have a gauge that's bigger, so that has less stitches, because now it will be bigger as well, and I want it to be oversized but also not like a potato sack. So that's it. The yarn I am using, I have in here, this is a bag by Bags by Awesome Granny. I have 2 cones and just a little bit left over. This one is a Destockage by Bart and Francis. I've talked about them before. They're a store or like more yarn producer, but they just test out the yarns for like some big companies, and this was just with all of their leftovers. There's a lot of in here. There's about 700 grams, and they say it's about almost 4 kilometers. Yeah, 3.9 kilometers in here, and I got it. It was normally priced at 23 euros, and I got it for 6 euros, so like almost 4 kilometers of yarn for 6 euros. And it has like these little loops in it, and so yes, it gives a very interesting texture. And then the other cone I have in here is a 500 gram cone of whole super soft. This is 100% non-superwash wool, and this is the color silver gray. So together they give this a little bit, so in this texture, and also a little bit of depth because of the 2 grays together, but they work very well. So I have my needles in here, and I just have to start. But this is also like not a completely mindless knit. Okay, 1x1 ribbing, because you can like mess it up. and also there's like a cable pattern in the middle, but I'm like, I want to knit it, so I'll probably just cast it on. We'll see. Yes. And then the other swatching I did is in this bag. This bag is by the Blue Rabbit House. Yes, the Blue Rabbit House. So this one is is from, I think she's a Belgian bag maker. Yes, here we go. This is my swatch. So these are the leftovers from my MCAL, my Twists and Turns MCAL from this year. And what I'm thinking about, so I have left over almost 2 full bowls of the red and almost 2 full bowls of this natural, and this is Issachar, I think alpaca too, but I'm not completely sure, but definitely when I start it I will tell you the exact colorways and yarn and stuff. This is just some future knitting plans. And also I have like 1 full bowl and a bit of this yellow. So what I'm thinking is a very simple tee, and I hope I can make like a sweater that has like maybe 3/4 sleeves or something, because I definitely need this in fingering weight. And this is alpaca and wool. This is 50% alpaca, 50% wool, and I think this will be just too hot to make as a summer top, so I need it to be like a pullover, but I want it to be almost negative ease. Like you can just wear a shirt under it, and then this, I think that would be perfect. So my plan is doing like 10 rows of this red, 10 rows of the natural, and then 5 rows of the yellow. And if it works out, I would love to do the ribbing in this red or in this yellow. The pattern I'm thinking of using is the Darren pullover by Jacqueline Cieslak. I'll put in a picture here. Let me put this away. So this is from her embody book. She has like, Darren is like, she has a pullover, a vest, a shirt, a cardigan. It's like you can make everything like as a top with it. I think it's a raglan, I'm not completely sure, but I made like, she has a lot of like, you can do a bicep adjustment, then a sleeve length adjustment, the body increases or decreases, and you can only do these things. She has like different formats of like the pattern, and then you print like, I want a bicep adjustment because I'm making a smaller size, but I definitely want like, and also my gauge is just a little bit smaller, so I want like 0 ease or like 1 to 3 centimeters of negative ease, but I don't want like that much on my bicep and my arms. Like I want it to fit like, this is, what is this, 5 centimeters of positive ease, so that's like not necessary, but also like not 3 centimeters of 0 negative ease, because then it will just be hugging my arm like this, and I don't like that. So I made all those, I calculated everything and then put it in the pattern, and then it's just like ready to go. And I thought like, I just want a simple knit, and then I'm using this pattern. But I think once I'm just started like the body, because I also be doing bust darts that you can add, and some body increases to like accommodate my hips and stuff. So yeah, I think it will be perfectly fine. I just have to follow the pattern and just do the striping. So I'm not sure if I'll start this now, because I was thinking about doing this as a very simple like summer top, and now it's like a stripy pattern with increases, decreases, and bust darts. But I think that's like the best thing for those yarns, so maybe I'll wait a little bit with those before I start it. Then something else I've been looking at, but I am not sure I will be starting it, is the Militis dress by Ines Oliveira, or Vert Knit on Instagram, because I saw that dress before, and now she is extending her sizes to accommodate bigger bust sizes for her pattern. So I'll definitely want to highlight that. She's also looking for testers, so I also shared it on my Instagram. And that dress, put it here, it looks perfect for me, but it's made like, the recommended yarn is, what was it, Knitting for Olive silk, pure silk. So I know a yarn shop here in Belgium that has it, so I really want to go there and just like buy the right yarn for it, because I think this will be a fabulous pattern. But it's a bit of an investment, and I don't want to really buy yarn at this moment because I have more than enough yarn at home. So it will probably have to wait a bit, but I'll probably be casting on a new dress somewhere, maybe with some leftovers or some like host coast or something, because I really want another summer dress that's knit. I just love them, and after making the last one last year, I really liked it, so we'll see. So those are all my future knitting plans. I'll probably just cast on a simple sock. I just didn't have like the energy to do it now because I wanted like a plain sweater, but I'll probably cast on just a simple sock to have a simple knitting when I do some reading or stuff. Or maybe I'll just go for the Darren pullover and see if I get past the yoke, you could say, like split for the sleeves. It's just like almost smooth sailing, just switching yarns. So I'm not completely sure what I'll do first, but you'll see, hopefully in 2 weeks. Then I have some acquisitions, like it's multiple acquisitions, but it's like also one that I bought, and for the rest I'll just catch you a little bit up on what has been happened the last 2 weeks after that. So if you're not interested, no problem. I hope to see you next week, or no, in 2 weeks for another bit of knitting chat, and for the rest we'll see. Okay, so I had this package came in yesterday, and this was the Hobbit March yarn clip from Atelier Het Wol Based, right? Yes, Atelier Het Wol Based. So they're from the Netherlands. So let me try to show you the Atelier Het Wol Based. It will definitely be linked down below. And so normally it would be every week in March you get some yarn, but just to like save on shipping and stuff like that, I just got it all in one go at the end of March. So I have 2 full skeins of sock yarn, one self-striping skein that's like, yeah, one self-striping skein. It's like it looks like it's made in like 2 different ones. I don't know, I'll just see in a moment. And then I've got some minis. I'll show the yarn in a second. I also got, so it was the Hobbit themed, so by the books and the movies by J.R. Tolkien. I really love those, so I got this coaster. I'm thinking about putting a magnet at the back. I also got this bookmark, which is very nice, and it's laminated, so if you, it says I'm going on an adventure, so this will be a bookmark that I'll definitely use. I got a lavender sachet, and then some tea, some coffee, a little bit of treats. So those were all here. Then the first thing, I got everything on BFL sock because I have never used BFL sock yarn, but I've heard lots of good things from it. So it's for the first time I'm not using merino sock yarn, but BFL sock yarn. So this is 25% nylon and 75% superwash BFL. I have 5 minis of 20 grams, and this was the Bilbo colorway. So this is a picture like from the movies with Bilbo, and then you have this lovely colorway. Then we have the dwarfs. So this is the inspiration picture, and then you have this very variegated yarn. This is also the same BFL base, and we have a stitch marker here, and this is the shield of like one of the headwives, the one here in the middle. This is Thorin Oakenshield, and that's his shield. Then we have one for the elves. So these are not like the best pictures, but these are the inspo. So this is like this is also the BFL base, and we have Gandalf the wizard as an stitch marker. So I may be thinking if I could do like a top with this. I think these two will be very nice because there are some like brown speckles in here, so I'll see maybe if I'll do it. And then we have the self-striping, which is inspired by Gollum. And we also have a Golem stitch marker, and I'll try to put this out because I don't get how this is work. It's a self-striping. It's also 100 grams, and this is not on the BFL base. This is on the this is it's just a very long skein. Oh, okay. I first thought it were two separate skeins, but just because it's self-striping, it's probably like this to be easier to dye on. Yes, but this very cool blue. So I'll be looking at some patterns to work with the self-striping, and this yarn is 75% extra fine superwash merino and 25% nylon, because it was for the other ones you could choose like BFL or extra fine superwash merino, and I chose BFL, like superwash BFL, but for the self-striping it was like just all the same. But you can definitely feel these ones feel softer, but it's not that this doesn't feel soft. This should be more hard wearing and stuff. I'm really thinking a summer top, stripy summer top with these two. Would that be something? Like I also like thinking, because this is like, if we look at this, I think this would be cool. In a stripy summer top, and I have like 200 grams. So a summer top would be like cap sleeve or something. Maybe I'll wait and see for the Tolstati by the Crea Bea, but I'm not sure if that's fingering weight. So let's see. Or maybe if I really like the Darren pattern, I just use it as well for this one. I don't know. This ones will definitely be just stripy socks, and this one, I don't know, I think probably also some kind of stripy sock with these 5. I really like these colors, like this orange and this brown. Trying not to crinkle too much, like this brown. This is like this reddish brown. It almost looks orange on camera. If I held something next to it, does it look better? Oh, I'm trying to see. Yeah, no. It's like a little bit more rust than red on, like it's on camera, but like the combination of like, I like all 5 colors, but the combination of these, yes, this would be like for me an how would I say it, a colorwork sweater. These 3 colors, like not even a chance of thinking would I do it. It would be just doing this. Yeah, we'll see. I'll probably make some socks out of these with these little ones, and then I'm really thinking stripy top with these ones. I have like almost 50 pairs of socks, and I'll definitely have like a lot of commercial sock yarn, so why would I need to use these for socks? I could also use them for a top, like a summer top. I'm just thinking like a summer top in like wool. Maybe just like a shirt that can also be like worn in more like autumn and spring, like nowadays. Like it's not that hot yet. Yeah, I think this will be a stripy top. Maybe this one will be cast on later. We'll see. Okay, that was everything I wanted to talk about yarn-wise. I'll just have a look at the time. I just have a couple of minutes left. You can see our little dog just at the corner of the screen. So yeah, the noises you're hearing are from her. So yes, I'm at home. So last time I filmed, I had 1 more week of school to go, but as I told you, I just have 3 lessons, so I'm working as well at the moment. So I'm working sport days for kids, I'm doing some babysitting, and also now working as a kind of server. So like if you do a reception or there's like this big event and they need servers, but like servers in costume, so like black pants, like suit pants, a white shirt and a dress shirt, and then a vest and a tie over it. That's me now. I walk around like that at some events and stuff, so it's very nice. It pays well, but also you get at some place you otherwise never would get because you're not going to that event. But now I'm there just to serve, and I like it. I now can walk around with like three plates like this, or if they're done eating and I'm taking away the plates, I can walk like with 5 or 6 plates on only like this arm. So yeah, I find that also cool that I can do that. I can work like with 2 wine glasses in 2 wine no, 2 wine bottles in like one hand and stuff. So it's very cool. Like if there's a soccer match and they need somebody for that, or concerts sometimes, or at festivals, and we can just get everywhere. So I'm just looking at what's coming in, what fits in like my week, in my planning, which goes which, and then also I'm knitting a lot. So but now I'm just home. So what will I be doing the coming 2 weeks? What I have been on. So tomorrow will be the last day. So I am volunteering to helping kids bike. So like an hour to an hour and a half in the morning. Kids that can bike but just need some assurance, or like helping to learn the rules of like traffic and stuff. And other kids that never been on a bike or never on that kind of bike, we're helping them, learning them to bike and all that. So that's nice. Most of them are getting pretty good. So tomorrow is the last day, so we hope that everybody will be at least like biking in a straight line, and then they can just try it at home. Then I'm seeing some friends, some family. We're celebrating Easter. We're also celebrating my birthday, because on Monday the 10th I'll be 21. I'm feeling old, but definitely like I'll probably, everybody he's like, oh my god, this feels so old, and then you just are that age and it's fine. So just like more of a mind thing than something else. And then I'll just be here for then another week, and then I'm going to Leuven to study and work there. So the next time you see me, I will be back in my yellow chair and talking to you about all the knitting that I've done. So you'll see then which things I have casted on, and will it be a stripy top? Will there be some socks? We don't know. Okay. Like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. If there's something you want to let me know, leave it in the comments. Maybe tell me what you have been working on while you were watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully see you next time. Bye!